boldly goes where no other has gone before. The future of Star Trek.
Marker. Action!
And exclusive images of the final episode you'll see for the first and last time. Tonight on LA's only 30-minute news at 10.
News, Star Trek. Well, we finally learned what the word anomaly means. In fact, there was a lot of food for thought in this excellent and exciting sci-fi drama tonight. Trekkies, you're out there. We know you are because you're all watching. Our Steve Lentz is out there with you. Okay, cue Pasadena. Gary, don't call them Trekkies. These are Trekkers. Trekkies, yes. Trekkies is when it first started out. Do they sound a little wild to you, John?
Yes, I would absolutely say they're totally wild animals.
They're animals? Do people consider you guys nuts for dressing up this way?
Well, actually, we just have a good time playing role play. It's all for fun.
Now, a lot of the people here do a number of things. You yourself do photography,
Yes,
special effects in the computers, so it's more than just putting on the captain's suit that you have here, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Do a little astronomy as well, and it's kind of a thing with Star Trek has always been something that Gene Roddenberry himself always wanted to give us a hope for a better future. And that's the whole point of it.
Okay.
So that's why we want to keep the voyaging and the journeying continuing.
Well, it certainly will. It certainly will as far as movies are coming up. There's going to be another series next year. Now, this is the thing. You see this? This is a real communicator that was used on the last episode. I feel like right now I'm practically in touch with Captain Picard. Now, if everyone concentrates, can we levitate some cue balls here in Pasadena? All right, we'll concentrate for you, and we'll wrap it up and throw it back to you.
You're a Starfleet officer. You have a duty.
I don't need to be lectured by you. I was out saving the galaxy when your grandfather was in diapers.
William Shatner and Patrick Stewart, both known and revered by millions of Trekkies. Shatner is, of course, Captain James T. Kirk. Stewart is Captain Jean-Luc Picard, both at the helm of the Starship Enterprise, just in different centuries. Will Captain Kirk finally be killed off in this one? Paramount Pictures won't say. The only plot information released so far is vague, something about time travel in the 24th century.
Cameras are set. Action!
But in an interview with NBC's Jim Brown on the set of Star Trek Generations, William Shatner may have been jesting with truth.
The weather is somewhat benign, except for the heat. There's a breeze, and the view is to die for.
It is.
And which I am doing.
So can we assume
in Ventura, the rumors are flying tonight. Did Captain Kirk make it to the final frontier? We've got to look at the brand new Star Trek movie, Generations, coming up next.
Big night for a lot of people, not only in Ventura County, but across the country. They are Trekkies.
And our Juliette Green has tracked the Trekkies to the Century 8 theaters in Ventura, where she is standing by live. Juliette?
Dan and Tracy, it's been a long wait. But for Star Trek fans in Ventura County and across the country for that matter, the moment has arrived. The voyage has begun. It's a far cry from the 5-year mission that began in the 60s, as the newest Star Trek hit the big screen in Ventura County tonight, and none too soon for most.
Oh, we wouldn't miss a Star Trek movie for the world. And second, it's an excuse to party.
Oh, because of the new voyages to boldly go where no one has gone before.
Star Trek Generations is filling 2 screens at the Century 8 Theater in Ventura, and there's no shortage of Trekkies ready to fork over the $7 to take a ride with their 2 favorite Enterprise captains, who, through a time and space anomaly, again face impossible odds.
I take it the odds are against us, and the situation is grim.
You could say that.
You know, if Spock were here, he'd say that I was an irrational, illogical human being for taking on a mission like that. Sounds like fun.
But Trekkie fans seem most impressed with the show-stealing performance of Brent Spiner, the Inhuman Data, who finally gets some emotion.
I think the chip is working.
Oh, yes. I hate this. It is revolting.
More?
Please. It was great. It was absolutely great. The special effects were just wonderful, and the way everybody was clapping the movie theater just was great.
There's lots of action and an ending that sets up for more sequels, as the next generation of Star Trek is now officially on a mission on the big screen. Data is definitely my favorite. Now, if this movie doesn't satisfy the Trekkie in you, I don't know what will, but just in case, you can watch Katie Television beginning in January for 2 Star Trek series. We've got Deep Space Nine that's been on for the past year. We've also got the new Star Trek television series, Star Trek Voyager, coming up in January. Tracy, Dan, back to you.
All right, we'll look for it. Thanks, Juliet. The big crowds out there.
And our own Trekkie there.
That's right.
Weather's next. In focus tonight, going where no fan club has gone before. Some Southland Star Trek fans are going the extra quadrant to have a lot of creative fun. Hal Eisner beams us aboard the USS Angeles.
Well, Natalie, Alan, UPN has Voyager, but local Star Trek fan club members have Voyages. The club is producing its own homespun series of Star Trek adventures, so in focus tonight, Voyages.
Fire another torpedo volley.
It's kind of blurry, not too polished, kind of out of this world.
I am unable to offer an identification, Captain.
Captain Slot.
It's not Star Trek Voyager.
Something's not right!
It's called Voyages.
Captain.
Oh, hi,
Take
guys.
some hardcore Star Trek fans, the lowest of budgets, a backyard set, mix it with some costumes and attitude that's
real serious, yes.
sort of, and voila. You get what members of the local Star Trek club USS Angeles call their pride and joy.
Oh my God, where have you guys been?
It's a weekend thing. Pulling home video equipment, they hammer out 20-minute episodes. This was the first one.
Can you beam us out?
Now they're practicing for episode number 2, taping this weekend.
Action sequence. We're learning while we're doing this. Learning a lot about filmmaking, about television making.
Beat up licking.
That's a stage direction.
This is a first for club crew member Little John Marcus.
I'm a little nervous. I hope that I have a lot of blooper shots. Those are always fun.
If I'd had a mentor, things would have gone a lot more smoothly.
You got that right, Doc, but who cares? It's all part of the adventure.
I'd like to think that I can learn something and contribute something, even though I'm not a professional.
Want a copy of the homespun version? Too bad. It's only available to club members. No exceptions. Why?
It would be a violation of the Temporal Prime Directive.
No 7 of 9. It's simpler than that.
Well, I don't think Paramount Pictures would be too happy about that if we had it available to everyone.
Want to join the club? Well, look up the USS Angeles and geocities.com. Meanwhile, several real Voyager cast members will make a special Veterans Day appearance in West L.A. tomorrow. The actors who play Chakotay, Doc, Harry Kim, Tom Paris, and Tuvok will all be at the VA West Los Angeles Healthcare Center on Wilshire Boulevard, and the event starts at 11 a.m. Alan?
All right, Hal, thanks for that.
You're watching UPN News 13 with Alan Frio, Tawny Little, Danny Romero with weather, and Newey Scruggs Sports.
You saw it right here on UPN 13 before the news. Star Trek Voyager launched its 4th season tonight. Thousands of eager fans waited all summer long for the new episodes to begin, and tonight, several Voyager parties are underway across the Southland to celebrate the season premiere. Our Hal Eisner is at one such gathering. He joins us live now from Manhattan Beach. Having fun, Hal?
Having a lot of fun. Robert, you might call this the after party. Like so many others across the country, these members of the USS Angeles, a Southern California Star Trek fan club, gathered tonight to watch a Voyager twin bill here on UPN 13, a rerun of last season's cliffhanger, and tonight's conclusion, the premiere of this season's Star Trek Voyager. First, all eyes are on the cliffhanger, the rescue of a lost Federation starship, a drama in which the captain of the USS Equinox is stripped of his command by Voyager's Captain Janeway, who in tonight's conclusion has to rescue 7 of 9 and the Doctor taken hostage by the Equinox crew. What more could a hardcore Trekker ask for? How about their own Star Trek movie? These USS Angeles Star Trek fan club members have actually done that with the help of home computers and video cameras. You've got the costume, you've got the badge, you've obviously got this in your heart.
Yes, I really like the show. It's really a lot of fun to watch. I enjoy the plots, I enjoy the actors and the acting and the directing.
It's an optimistic view of the future. It gives us a hope that we can survive ethnic cleansing and holes in the ozone layer and overpopulation and all this other stuff and move on and go out there and see what else is in the universe.
Even in cyberspace tonight, chat rooms were buzzing. On this one, longtime Star Trek fan Glenn Ekval told me from Coral Springs, Florida, that Voyager is a great show. Just minutes before the premiere, "Are you excited about tonight's episode?" I asked. "Yes, of course," said the software systems engineer. He wished the show would take more risks, but he thinks this season will pick up the pace and have more action. All in all, though, they're fun to watch, he says. A feeling many of these fans echo. After all, they made their own movie.
Medical emergency in main engineering.
All right, so with regard to tonight's premiere, let's get an instant review. How was it?
I thought it was exciting. I thought it was action-packed, full of everything I hoped in Star Trek to give me.
And with regard to the cliffhanger last season, was it worth waiting all summer?
Oh, totally. The climax, the comedy, it was really good.
Really good. Do you agree?
Full-on intensity. I enjoyed every single minute of it.
What was it that you liked particularly about this show?
I found the acting was superb and the writing was excellent.
All right, very good. So there's the assessment from some real hardcore fans. Reporting live from Manhattan Beach, Hal Eisner, UPN News 13. Natalie, back to you in the studio.
Hal, thank you.
The season finale of Star Trek Voyager. It has left thousands of fans kind of lost in space until next season. But apparently the cliffhanger isn't all that significant about tonight's Voyager. Hal Eisner is live in Manhattan Beach with some very serious Star Trek fans. He's going to explain. Hal.
Serious Star Trek fans indeed, Rick, all dressed up in costume. These are members of a local Star Trek club, the USS Angeles. All right, raise your hands. Did you like tonight's cliffhanger? Yeah! Well, tonight in focus, with the help of these fans, Voyager fan favorites. This is not only the season-ending cliffhanger episode, but the eve of the end of Voyager.
Then we can put an end to this.
Next year's 7th and final season will wrap up the Lost Federation ship's journey after more than 170 episodes, of which there are many favorites among avid Star Trek fans, like these members of the club, the USS Angeles.
Blink of an eye.
The Q and the Gray was fun.
Where the Doctor character gets to explore more than his original programming.
But a recent StarTrek.com poll reveals the all-time favorites among all Voyager fans.
An alliance with the Borg?
More like an exchange.
Scorpion, the two-part episode that introduced 7 of 9 and the Borg-killing species 8472, was the top pick. It received 19.27% of the vote, just barely beating out Year of Hell with 19.06%, and a full point up on the third favorite, Dark Frontier, at 18.31%.
Insignificant.
But among Trekkers, there's much more to Voyager that makes it stand out from the other Star Trek series. It's the exploration.
They're getting back out into deep space and discovering new things.
It's also the array of new aliens.
I love the diversity, the culture, the people.
Fire.
And for many Trekkers, it's the futuristic Wild Wild West.
I'm a 20-year-old male, so I love the explosions.
Basically, everywhere these guys go, people are shooting at them.
Firing photons.
So now the Trekkers must wait until next season, the final season, to see if Voyager gets home and how it gets home. Jason, for instance, says Voyager should get home but be destroyed, blown up in a blaze of glory.
I know we've seen it blown up far too many times, but I figured that was a good farewell.
Okay, back here live, let's find out how many of you think Voyager should get home. Raise your hands. Yeah! All right, sounds unanimous to me. Janice Wilcox is the club captain, and we all know there's a new Star Trek series beginning in September of 2001. What do you hope it'll be like?
Well, I hope it is exciting and has new perspectives and lots of twists.
All right, very good. Now, we want to find out exactly what you think. We want to know what you hope the new Star Trek will be like. So we want you to email us right now. Here's the email address. It's upndesk@mail13.com. And later in this broadcast, we'll read some of those responses. Reporting live from Manhattan Beach, Hal Eisner, UPN News 13. Lauren, back to you in the studio.
Hal, looks like you're having a good time out there. Thanks for that.
Having a good time.